Amuchastegui from Stanford, the number 7 seed, advancing on to the final tomorrow. So congratulations, he improves to 31-3 with his victory tonight on to the 174 final. So we'll go ahead and take questions for Nick at this time. We're ready to do so. Go ahead.
Nick Amuchastegui.
Amuchastegui.
Amuchastegui. All right, I'll get that right. Talk a bit about Stanford coming out of the middle, coming out of the 7th seed to compete for this thing. I think it's magical. Does it feel that way for you?
It does feel good, but we've worked for it all season. We've had the goal of this all season, and for that reason, it doesn't feel too surprising or too magical. If you saw how we worked every day, you wouldn't think it was too magical. But it feels great, that's for sure. It feels like not always does hard work pay off so well, and so I'm really thankful for that and blessed for that.
Jason Borelli, your head coach, seems to have things on the right track. Can you talk to us about Jason Borelli?
Yeah. Jason came in as a head coach my sophomore year, and he's really turned that program around a lot. Just got it on track. He's got a group of kids in there that all have their minds straight to be the best they can be at wrestling and school. And that's what Stanford's all about, is excelling in both of those. And so the kids there have the right attitude. They don't waste their time partying and running around and being knuckleheads. And that's why this program has been able to succeed athletically and scholastically. Whereas with so many other teams, you see them succeeding well athletically, but their lives otherwise are full of a lot of things that ours aren't. And I'm proud to say that. And that's a lot due to Jason's recruiting and the type of kids that he desires to have in there. Yeah.
Go ahead, Gary.
Just a little bit about your thoughts of the key factors in your victory in the semifinals. Obviously, Lewnes he's reached the finals before, so he's a very talented and experienced guy. And you went out there and won the match.
Yeah.
What do you think was the key for your victory?
I think it was a little bit of not caring who's who. One of the things I try to do is not pay attention to who's ranked what, who's seeded what, who's done what, but just go out there and wrestle the best that I can, wrestle my positions, know what I think he's going to do, and make some adjustments according to that. But I think it was walking out there, without really considering the things that it looks like from the outside, being 7th seed, him seated higher, and all that type of thing.
Nick, do you ever feel like you're overlooked wrestling-wise? The fact that you've won the academic award 2 years in a row, that maybe people think you pretty much is just the smart guy and not the tough wrestler. Is that something you have to overcome?
I don't feel like I have to overcome that. I don't feel judged like a nerdy little guy. And I might be seen as that. I just choose to ignore it if maybe people do. So, no, I wouldn't say it's something I have to overcome at all. And if people do, more power to them. I'll just do my best anyways.
You, Geeson, and Gentry all from Southern Oregon in the same area.
Yeah, man.
How did you guys all end up at Stanford, and how did that little community you guys create so much success?
Yeah, that's a great story. So Matt Gentry came from the same high school Zach Geeson did, and I came from a high school about 40 miles away from there. So Matt, I didn't know him when I was growing up, but he won the NCAAs his junior year. And so I heard about him after that. And then I was always kind of buddies with Zach because we wrestled close and had district meets together and everything. So Zach and Gentry were close. Zach got in first, and then his dad talked to my dad, said, hey, Stanford might be interested in your kid, if he's got good enough grades and stuff. And I said, my dad told me, I thought, man, that sounds awesome. I wanted to get in there since I was about 7th grade, but it's hard to get in. And so, we stuck with it, talked to the coaches, and it's tough to get in there even as an athlete. But all 3 of us were fortunate enough to get in, and then had 2 years, all of us there together, kind of running around, having fun. Matt took care of me and Zach a little bit when we were younger, and I really looked up to him a lot, and he taught me a lot how to enjoy things. How to enjoy your meets and smile and have a good time here.
Other questions for Nick at this time? If not, Nick, congratulations. Good luck in the final tomorrow.
Thanks.
Too slow.
You're out, Gary.